I don't know about you, but I've got endless tomatoes in my garden and I'm sick of making tomato paste, tomato sauce, bolognese sauce. Surely there's something else I can do. Well, I found it. Stick with me and you'll discover it too. So Felicity Wales back with another cooking session from ConnectedWeCan Cooking Series. I've got my tomatoes all ready for prepping. I've just been chopping them in half. I've got a little bit of sprig of basil in there, and I'll be throwing these into my Thermomix. I've also got a recipe on my Thermomix, which I will show you shortly. I've got a nutty tomato walnut soup. I changed up the ingredients and included dried fried shallots, which I often use because I can't always find onions. Reduced the capsicum to half a capsicum. Stuck with the 3 garlic cloves. You can add more if you love garlic like I do. 20 grams of extra virgin olive oil. 100 grams of toasted walnuts. So I will dry fry them in a fry pan. Just throw them in the hot fry pan and shake them around until they smell toasty, and you can add them straight into your blender or Thermomix if you're using one. So the tomatoes, they're being chopped in half and then thrown into the Thermomix, and adding 2 teaspoons of veggie stock powder or 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, a couple of basil leaves. I always pick the flowers of my basil and I use that. So though it says 2 sprigs, I will always use a few more. A teaspoon of salt. Adjust this to your taste, but this is what I've found works for me, and a tablespoon of sugar. So let's jump into it. Okay, so I'm just going to hit the start button on my recipe. It gives me that Felicity's made another Dodgy Brothers recipe or ruined someone else's. And I have to start with placing the onion, capsicum, garlic and olive oil into my Thermi. So I've scraped that down with the spatula. I'm going to continue on, and it goes into adding our walnuts. And tomatoes, water and vegetable stock next. Tear it and I'll put my Tommies in. 800 grams, I might have to chop up some more. So this recipe is for those tomatoes that are a bit soggy, too wet to put on a sandwich. So that's now the 814 actually. Now some water. I've got my kettle, but it is cold water. Remember, you don't need the Thermomix for this. There we go, 513, doesn't matter if you go over, as long as there's enough water to make that soupy consistency. And 2 teaspoons of veggie stock powder, 1/2 tablespoon for me. And then you put the lid on and cook it for 20 minutes, it says. So it does say on the instructions to use the Varoma base. You can use the steaming basket, which is this one, or you can use the Varoma base. I prefer to use the Varoma base. It just has air holes in it that stop the splashing, and if anything splashes up, it catches it there. 20 minutes and away we go. Boil on the stove in a saucepan if you don't have a Thermomix. Okay, so we've finished 20 minutes of cooking that on the stove or in the Thermomix. Hit the next button. And we're just going to add our pepper, our basil, our salt, and a little bit of sugar because I'm a little bit naughty. Okay, so taking the Varoma off, it's got nothing on there. Now, because you may have children or you may just want a little bit more greenery in your life, you can sneak in some greenery like parsley or even some Swiss chard or silver beet as we call it in Australia, okay, along with your basil. So I'm just going to pop my basil leaves in there, just put them in whole because there's no need to chop them up. The machine will do that later. Some ground black pepper. You can also use white pepper. Any pepper that you've got, really. Do like it a little bit peppery. And some salt, about a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons. You test your recipe out and do it for your flavours as you go along. The second batch will be much better than the first, obviously. And then I'll do a little tablespoon of, I've actually got dark brown sugar. It's made from molasses. It's a little bit different flavour profile. I'm going to add in that little clump of parsley as well, to add a little bit more greenery into it. And it says to put the lid on. So this is where you get your stick blender out. If you're using a pot on the stove, get your stick blender out. Listen to that. Honestly, it scares me every time it does that. The whole lid goes boom, 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 like a train or a railway train. It sounds like it's going to blow up, but it doesn't. Never has failed me yet. So I'll tick those. Going to hit the next button and finish. We're all done. There's only really 3 steps to it. So what does it look like? Have a look at the colour difference now. I'll get it into a bowl and I'll show you. Yes, so the colour difference, it's completely orange. So I'll show you on the spoons. Beautiful orange colour. Let's have a taste. It's very hot, so be careful. That's yummy. See the colour? You can do it again a second time. I'm going to let it cool down and I might give it another blend when it's cooler. And then I'll transfer it to a bowl and I'll show you. So my food is cooled. Actually, I had a snooze on the couch. I'm going to eat this one for lunch, I think. This one I can pop into the freezer. And also, I try to avoid plastic with all the fear of microplastics in your food. I'm trying to convert all my plastics to glass, but ironically, they all have plastic lids. These freezer bags, they're also more plastic, so I don't want to use them, but it's all I've got. I put the plastic bag inside a jug before I fill with my jug. Leaving some headspace. That can go into the freezer, like so. So I've got a whole portion there as well. So that's it. If you want a delicious winter soup to serve with sourdough bread, try this one out. Thanks for watching.